Evening, boys.
Evening, Sally.
Welcome to The Chatting, your local pubcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Kirk.
I'm Mark.
And I'm the other Mark. 3 pints, Sally. And what are you having?
Can I have a Bounty Bar Martini?
Cheers. I'll fetch him over.
Evening, boys.
Evening, Rob.
Are we all right?
I'm all right.
Yeah,
All
good,
mate. You guys all right?
Superb. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you, Mark.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Are we going to keep going around like this? Are you all right?
You still settling into the new year all right?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what I've been up to, shall I? For the new year.
Why not?
So, as you know, I didn't get out much over Christmas and New Year because of working and DJ. So, me and my son went out, Ethan. We thought we'll go and have a few drinks in Sheffield. Fine. We thought we'll not be late.
Hold on. When were this?
After New Year.
Oh, after New Year.
Yeah, because I don't get a chance to go out. So
Right, yeah.
I like how you just said, fine, so it's just going to go downhill, isn't it?
It went fine.
So we're fine. We went out for a few drinks, nice and steady. We said, we'll not get last train home. I said, fine, okay, no problem. So
We'll not get the last train.
We'll not get the last train because we always tend to get the last train home, and we don't want to because we'll end up getting.
So you're
drunk.
just going to get a taxi?
No, we're going to get an earlier
You're
train.
gonna get the train before
An
the last
earlier
one,
train.
Rob.
Oh, right.
Okay, because they don't just do a last train and then no trains before it.
Yeah.
They do.
Otherwise, that would be the last train.
Oh, that would
I thought the whole point of not getting the last train was to stay out late and not go home earlier.
No. We were
I'm not surprised it was a shit night.
No, we went out in the afternoon. We started in the afternoon.
Right, okay.
So the idea was to get that sort of train maybe about 8 o'clock. Right, okay, because it's every hour.
Right.
So, fine. So we had some drinks. Anyway, we said, we'll get train at 9:30. Started walking to the train station. Ethan's like, hang on a minute, I've lost something. He'd lost his wallet.
Oh, no.
Right, okay. He said, fine, let's go back to the last place at pub. So we walked our way back to the last place for pub. Luckily, somebody had handed the wallet in. And there was money still in it, which is usually...
Nice.
People usually take the money out and then hand the wallet in. But fine, he got that. But then
I can't say I often lose my wallets to make that assumption.
Well, that's what I do when I find wallets. I take the money and... No, I'm joking. For the benefit of the tape, I don't do that. So we got the wallet back, but then we missed the train. We couldn't get back to the train for 9:30. So the last train was 10:30. So we were like, right, fine, no problem. So we had a few more drinks, but then, of course, we were a bit more drunk, if you like. I'm really tired and stuff. Anyway, we get the train. We got on the train absolutely fine at Sheffield. Now, my son lives at Swinton. I live at Mexborough, right? And he stops one stop before me, and it's literally 2 minutes on a train, probably less than that. Mm-hmm. He gets off at... Yeah, okay, Dad, yeah, see you. He gets off train. I should be getting off at Mexborough.
Oh, you fell asleep, didn't you?
I fell asleep. Fell asleep.
Where did you wake up?
Well, luckily, I ended up in Doncaster, so it could have been a whole lot worse. But that was the last train, so I'm like, I'm now going to get a taxi. So but I got off the train, obviously, and I'm like, but the thing is, when I got off the train, because I was a bit groggy. I didn't know where I were. I'm like, where am I? I thought I were at Leeds. I know, and only for like a couple of minutes. Anyway, I was at Doncaster, but then I had to get a taxi home. So
How long did it take you to realise when you opened your eyes and like kind of looked round and realise how long? Were it like you first of all thought, I'm all right, I haven't missed my stop, or did you instantly wake up and go, I've buggered here?
Yeah, because it terminates.
All right, the train stops.
I just imagine someone waking him up.
It is a good job.
Excuse me,
He'd
sir.
have woke up in
End the line.
Cleethorpes.
You're in London.
Can you imagine? Yeah, it terminates it because it's one of these, like shuttle trains that go backwards and forwards from Doncaster to Sheffield.
So have you forgiven Ethan yet for losing his wallet?
I could blame him. But the thing is, he was trying to keep. I know he was trying to keep me awake before he got off the train. He's trying to show me stuff on his phone, saying, "Wake up, Dad," because I was nodding off then. But he should have really stood me up, as in stood me up on the train and
kicked you off at Swinton and walked
Were you
over.
that hammered? He had to stand you up.
Well, I don't think I was just tired. At my age, I needed.
He could have said, Mark, stand up. Dad, stand up.
Yeah. Well, they could have done, but I mean, he didn't. So let's blame Ethan. But no, it's not his fault. So I ended up I get a taxi home. So that sort of, as you know, that annoyed me because I had to spend money on a taxi. Bearing in mind, I'd spent £2.80 for the train. So I was fuming. I even kicking off with taxi driver. Do you know how much I've got to pay for you to get back? He's like, not my problem, mate.
Absolutely.
I'm going, there's no trains, everything. He's like, Anyway, so that's my little story. That's what I've been up
what
to.
a wonderful
It's never
start to the new
straightforward,
year.
is it?
Well, that's what says you, Mark.
But do you know something? The only time I've been on a train with you, the first one didn't turn up.
That is very true.
It's like a common recurrence. When we were going to Podcast Awards.
Oh,
We
really?
get the train from Mexborough to Doncaster. Didn't turn up.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's my fault.
It's like the travel company or it's trains, isn't it?
It's trains, yeah.
I like
No,
that
it's
with
not me.
Mark. New. Mark coming.
But I got you to London though, didn't I? From Doncaster. Well, not me. But I didn't drive the train. by the way.
It's
I
a
didn't
good
drive
job,
it,
really.
although it's an easy job. Let's not get on train drivers. But I got you to London cheaply.
What have you been up to, other Mark?
So I've been out walking.
Oh.
I said I was going to give myself a bit of a shake and go out and start getting in bit of shape again.
Were you drinking whilst you were walking?
No.
No. Okay.
No, it were an hour and a half drive to get there. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Where did you go?
So we went to.
A pub.
Actually, we did on the way back for something to eat.
I knew there would be a
You
pub
can't go
involved
for a
somewhere.
walk and not stop at a pub.
Absolutely. So we went just on the inside of Staffordshire to a place called Thor's Cave. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah.
Have you
I've
done it?
never actually walked to it, but I know it.
It's incredible.
Is that
Yeah.
the name of the pub?
No, that's the name of the...
It's the name of the cave.
Yeah.
That's got a pub in it.
No.
No.
So you go through like Bakewell, Buxton,
Yeah,
you know, out towards Ashburn.
Is it near Blue John Cave? Is it near that
No.
one? Oh.
It's
I've
on the
not
same,
been to this one,
It's
then.
on the same island.
All right, okay. You nearly had me there, Mark.
But I would recommend if you need some sort of confidence because there is a bit of a climb up into the mouth of the cave if you like, and then you can go in and have a scramble around and stuff. We scrambled back out to one side. It was quite icy, so people were coming back out and they were sliding, they were falling over, and we were like, right, okay, we're going in. We definitely got to go in, but we'll try and find a different way out. So we found another way out, and then we ended up scrambling up the side of the hill that goes up the back of it. I was blowing.
Yeah.
My chest were pounding. I have never felt so old.
When you say scrambler, have you got equipment on, or are you just in your
No,
civvies?
just boots and gloves and outdoor gear.
Oh,
There's
okay.
no rope or anything, but just scrambling.
Really?
That's how I felt when I did Three Peaks.
It
And that
were,
last last... Is it a hill or a mountain? It is a mountain, isn't it?
they are classed as mountains, yeah.
Yeah.
I were blowing on that one. So
Yeah.
I can...
That's
I know what you mean.
Ingleborough, last one.
Yes.
That made me cry.
Did it?
It made me cry. Ingleborough.
I think
I did it.
Yeah.
I'll still stand there. Can go
I
on my
remember you
gravestone
telling
if you
us.
want, but it made me cry, that one.
Sort of takes the edge off it if you do it in like summer months or warmer months when you get to Ingleborough and they're queuing to get up it. And you're like, I've got a queue to climb this.
It's mad, isn't it?
Because it's become that popular
Yeah,
walking.
it weren't queuing when we were there, but I weren't going up it any faster than I would be if I were queuing.
Right.
I remember being stood looking at it, and I was with Suzanne at the time, and I just said to Suzanne, I just literally, I started like tears in my eyes. I said, I can't do it. I can't do anymore. I can't do it. It's just literally, she went, that's fine. If you can't do it, that's fine. To get to the campsite, we'd walk round it. Or to get to the campsite sooner, we go over it. So it's up to you, but you'll be at the campsite sooner if you go over it. So that's what made me push on. But yeah, I think I was sobbing all the way up, and all them flies were buzzing around. And,
Oh, yeah.
very much.
They look like midges and that on that one, weren't
I
they?
was just chuntering all the way up, go for a walk. They said, let's climb some mountains. They said, it's good for you. They said, there were a lot of people laughing at me that day. They really were.
This cave, then, Mark. Do you have to pay to get in this cave?
No, there's no one on there's not like a barrier system or anything like that. It's just a natural formation inside of.
Well, I get that, but the cave at Matlock that you go up on the cable car for?
In Heights of Abraham.
Matlock Bath.
Oh,
There's a cable car, isn't
yeah,
there?
the Heights of Abraham.
Yeah, the heights. You've got to pay to go in there.
I know you do.
That's why I asked you about that.
Oh,
Because I might go
that's
to that one because it's free.
Yeah.
So that's why I'll drive even further to get.
Do me a favour, video it.
I know.
I'll do that.
And we only did probably half the walk because when you walk up to the cave, there's two walks you can go up to the viewpoint above it, or you can go into it. You can do both of them, obviously, but then there are some steps down into what's called Manifold Valley.
Okay.
And it's high, so I'm reckoning it's got to be a couple hundred steps down, and then a walk across down the side of a river, and it looks gorgeous. So that the next time we go, we're going to do the whole shebang, but it's going to be a full day of that, I think.
We should do a walk. We should all do a walk, shouldn't we?
Well, this is what I'm coming to, because we've all talked about trying to do a little bit more, get out a bit more. I know Kirk's on his challenge to shed 5 stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I've been saying, oh yeah, and we always find an excuse not to.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So you think we should do 3 Peaks then, yeah?
Hang on, slow down.
No.
No, we're joking, but
Nationals
I
or
was joking.
Yorkshires?
I weren't about
Neither.
Yorkshire.
Right.
But I was joking. I'd do one of them.
I'll be honest with you, the conversation is already occurring amongst a few of us already
Yeah,
about
yeah.
doing the Yorkshires again.
I mean,
but
but I was for something for us to do. Just Just because I'd like it to end in a pub.
They
I
all
wanna go to
do.
a pub.
They all do. You drive back, get to Bakewell. It said we drove on the way as we were going the other way, and on this pub, and it said it's like a list of what food they're serving on each day, and a bit of a marketing thing, I suppose. Burger Thursday and whatever else. Fish Friday, so we were like that. Ooh, fish and chips. We'll have fish and chips when we get back. And we went in, looking at menu. Darcy had fish and chips. Me and Ellen had steak and ale pie and chips. It just took us fancy.
I'd rather have a pie, me.
Yeah,
Oh, and
I like pie.
and a nice cold pint
I'd
of raspberry
rather-
cider.
Yeah.
It would just
I'd
cut
ra-
through lovely when you know.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, absolutely, we should do some walks. Whether it's regularly, semi-regularly, whatever. I'm going to be going out a lot more.
Yeah.
I think there's a few of us.
I love walking.
Seb's going to get out and do some walks with us, and Rackham, and
I enjoyed
Ellen.
it when I did it more. I did enjoy it. I'd be lying if I said I didn't, but it's that starting again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's that starting again. Like I know we went not that long ago. I know it was a few months ago, but not that long ago. And a walk that I've done at least maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 times before. And I struggled just to get even up the first. Although the incline was different. We went a different way.
It was a lot more aggressive to start on that one.
I thought I was going to die. But I then start to feel bad because I start to feel as though I'm holding people back then, and I'm messing it up for other people and stuff like that. So as long as we start off gentle and with plenty of time, then to get back
I'm up
into
for
it.
that.
Because the thing is, you go again, you start going again. If you have a bad experience, it puts you off
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
doing it more, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have either of you two been up to anything over this last week or so?
I went to a board game cafe in Sheffield
I've heard about
a few
this.
days ago. It's called the Tree House, and it's in Sheffield. It's got some fantastic beers on. They must have had 9
You went to play
different-
board games or get drunk?
Yeah, I ended up doing both. They must have had 9 craft beers on, including stouts, sours, IPAs, you name it, they got it.
Wow.
They do food and cakes and teas and coffees. But
Cakes?
yeah,
Cakes in a bar?
They do everything. And then also, obviously, the main part of it is that you've got a wall that's very much like a library of board games, card game, you name it, any game, they've got it. Games that take range anywhere from, it says somewhere, I'm sure it says anywhere, from games that take anywhere from a minute up to 6 days.
Oh,
That's a copious amount of
6
drinking.
days.
That, innit?
What you gonna?
Yeah.
What you get locked in?
Well, you'd have to go back and play it, or you
Leave it
just
set up on a
just
table.
take a picture of where you left off and do it
Really?
next time. Because there are games that take so long.
I love
Like
I love
Monopoly.
games like that, mate.
Yeah.
I do. I really, really,
I'm
really
not
do
as
love
keen
board
on games that take
6 days.
6 days, but games that do have a length to them. But you've got to invest a lot of time into understanding the rules for those sort of games. They're not games you can pick up at a board game cafe when you've booked in for 5 hours.
What's your favourite board game?
Do you know, it's funny you should say this, because I half expected that someday we'd have a podcast about games in general.
That's a good idea.
I don't know if you want to save it for that.
In your head, you're going like, oh, we need to save this one.
I am. I don't want to answer that question.
I'm going to scup here.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, I need time to research. Favourite board game? Okay, it's a little bit generic.
Okay.
But I genuinely
Ludo.
do.
Snakes and ladders.
I genuinely do love it because I know the rules very well. Monopoly. I do
All right.
enjoy. I know it's very, but I love it.
Yeah.
I love it if you're playing with everybody on the same, that's in the
Yeah.
same mindset. So I think a game that takes a bit more, like, let's say, brain power or thinking or strategy, for instance.
Yeah.
There's nothing more frustrating, Mark, than
Me?
other one.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
There's nothing more frustrating than getting really into it, and you might be 45 minutes or an hour into a game, and you've really put some thought into what you're doing and stuff like that, and then one person around the table gets bored,
Yeah.
and before you know it, the whole game's. And honestly, it causes me anxiety.
Yeah.
It causes me anxiety
Yeah.
in the sense of, right, are we playing or are we not?
What does he do though when he gets bored?
Is
What does
his board
he do?
flipping over? His table going, chairs through a window.
Like when you start getting houses and hotels and whatever.
Yeah.
I start playing Sabutio with him. Like,
Oh, dear.
flicking him around.
Oh,
I just get a bit.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
it's all right if there's good conversation going up around the game, but if you're just playing the game, I can get really bored. Really, well, like I can with most things. I get quite fidgety.
Attention
He
span.
did it once, right? I had a poker night at my house once. I'm going back years, right? Years. And we had this poker night, and I'd arranged, I think there were about maybe 6 of us, and we'd all agreed that we were going to pay 20 quid each in, and we were going to have a night of it. Yeah, just, there might have even been 8 of us. It was all organised properly. I'd got a board, I'd got some proper chips and stuff like that. Got some snacks in, got some beers in and stuff like that. We all chucked this 20 quid in, and it all started absolutely great. Absolutely great. Just to play. But then, after about, it probably lasted about an hour and a half.
Oh.
You started to see him. You started to see him lose focus and lose interest. And what I was trying to explain to him was that we were playing for real money.
Yeah.
We was playing for real money. So we was playing for maybe 160 quid. People had put their own money in. But he'd gone past that point.
I know that point. I know you know. You just know.
Yeah.
Can I just ask as well? Were the other guys? Were they serious as well for this?
Yes.
Right, and it's just Mark that's going off.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
right. Okay. Okay.
It ended up just being everyone took the 20 quid back, and that was it. It was the end of the game.
What were you doing?
Messing around.
I don't want to say that he started cheating, because it's not cheating. It's not cheating, but it's just
either cheating or it's not cheating.
No, because he wasn't doing it to try and win. He was doing it to try and be funny, or he was doing it to try and get a laugh, or he was doing it so when you were trying to turn a card over, or for instance, you were waiting for the river to turn, he'd just reach forward and flip it over, and before people had betted, or whatever, or
Did it end up in fighting?
No, God, no. Because at the end of the day, that's just Mark.
Yeah,
I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm not saying there's no malice intended in it. There's no reason to fall out.
I have gotten better with age,
but it's
marginally.
It's just that focus, that attention. Not attention to detail. Sorry, the attention.
What's span?
Span. Thank you.
Attention span.
Yeah.
That
Attention deficit.
Yeah.
But I could quite easily sit and play a board game for hours.
Yeah,
hours, as long as everybody around the table
is engaged,
was just as invested.
Yeah, he has to be.
Anyway, the tree out. Oh, were you going to say, Mark?
Yeah, I was just going to go back when you were talking about Monopoly. The thing with Monopoly is there's so many different levels you can play it at in there. There's and there's so many variants on the rules.
I'm going to say people play slightly different
some
rules,
people
don't
charge rent, some people remortgage, and all. There's all sorts of things you can do within the game, and
but there is only one set of rules.
And
you've got
you'll do the.
You've got when you land on your property, like you've got people going, he's on your property. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Yeah. If you don't spot it before the roll of the dice,
but that's not in the rules, is it? There's no rules to say don't tell the other player. But you'll get people going, don't tell him, and you get I'm losing money. Oh, it's all
the one where
crazy.
you. If you land on the community chest, or the one where you've got to pay a tax or whatever,
chance
in the middle.
You put it in the middle, and if you land on free parking, you get the money.
Oh yeah.
It's a bit of a modification on the rules,
exactly.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But there is only one set of rules, isn't there?
There is.
But no, I highly recommend it. It's really good. It's great for a good. Well, easily 5 or 6 hours.
So you can all go and Mark can watch.
Are the board games just supplementary then? So you go in, you buy a drink, and you just grab a board, or is it it's a $5 for an hour, or a quid a game?
It's a price. I think is it per hour.
You like book a table, don't you? Reserve the table.
So
you pay for the table, and then whatever games are available are what you can just play.
Yeah, but honestly, mate, there's a lot of games, so it's not like you're going, oh, there's not really much, is there? Given that there's.
You need to book for 4 hours just so you could read the instructions.
Mate, that's
twice.
That is half the problem. Because obviously you book a table.
I've not played this one before.
I
still don't know how to play Mahjong. Do you know how to play Mahjong?
No, I don't. Confuses me.
He's not read instructions.
But obviously,
sorry, Rob, I'll let you back in now.
You don't book a table for an hour. You book a table for 5 to 10 hours. It's not you're not just going there for an hour.
5 to 10 hours?
Yeah, a game doesn't take. You can't play a game in an hour.
Wow.
Do they do kebabs as well?
they do everything.
That's a session
very
and a half,
few
is that?
people, by the way, are booking for 10 hours. I'm sure there's plenty that do. But we were there 5 hours. And it was great. We played loads of games, even just your little games that are just not long. I played one. It was a great little game. You got your piece, which was your character, if you like, and it was just a board with squares with lines cut out of it.
You mean Guess Who?
No.
Love Guess Who.
And you basically got square tiles up the side.
It is Guess Who.
Shut up. and all you've got to do is get your opponent to the opposite side, and they've got to get their opponent to the opposite side. And on each turn, you can either move your player, or you can put a piece in to barricade them and stop them from moving forward. And it was just a game of either moving your piece or putting another piece in to stop them. It was really good.
What's it called?
I've actually got it. I took a picture of it because I wanted to buy it.
Because I was just going to ask a question, actually. I remember it, and it's very vaguely, a board game, and it involved a wall that was built, and you had characters that moved around.
It's called.
You mean the wall?
Corridor?
Corridor.
No, that's not what I'm picturing.
I can't.
They're like sandy-coloured,
Yeah.
like
Can't
sandy-coloured, almost like stone, as in stone that you get houses built out of.
Yeah.
Blocks. And I cannot think. And we're talking an old game, so we're talking 80s.
You're not thinking of crossbows and catapults, are you?
Don't think so. There were no.
We're
I
like
love
an
that game.
ancient Egyptian type thing. No.
I don't know. No, I think the wall was just flat. I don't think it was like a pyramid. And then another one where I think your characters carried like a sack on the back.
It's not a game I've ever heard
They
of.
might have been one of these things that came out one year and then never did anything.
Yeah.
But I'd
Yeah.
love to try just to satisfy me.
I'll tell you what, it was so well organised as well. I'd go in the entrance, they've got a shop. So you literally just full of games. And I was looking at it and going, oh, I like that. You go on the app that they've got inside the treehouse, all alphabetical order, find the game, and it tells you the reference. You go over to the shelves, it's all alphabetically organised with numbers, so you can just literally find the game. Yeah.
That's Mark's day
That's
done.
Mark's
I'm
game.
already thinking, what can I do in this game?
But yeah,
This place, I know you said Sheffield, but whereabouts in Sheffield?
do you know...
Because I've never seen it, so is it down an alleyway or something? Or
No,
is it
I
tucked
always.
away?
Do you know? It's like almost like a Chinese area of Sheffield when you.
Chinatown.
You know when you go.
Yeah, called Chinatown.
No, you
Is
know
it down
you-
Shoreham Street?
Oh, it might be. It's.
go on.
I find it really odd. It's outside of the centre so much as if you're going. It's like the ring road that goes round with roundabout after roundabout after
Yeah.
roundabout, and you get to
All
a
right.
point where you're heading towards Ecclesall Road, the
Oh,
big
I'm gonna say
roundabout.
Ecclesall Road,
The
okay.
one before that, you can turn left. There's a big Chinese building on corner.
That's, yeah, it's where all
Yeah.
the Chinese
Sure.
students stay. They sort
Is it,
of call it Chinatown.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's there. Literally,
Is it
drive
City
down
Lots of
Road?
there.
investment
City
from
Road, is it?
Chinese
No.
government for
Yeah.
students
Yeah, there
and
is,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you go down there.
Do you believe me now?
I do believe you. Quick left turn, and Aldi down there, and it's there.
It's called the
car
Treehouse.
park bang opposite it. You can stay in the park in the car park. It was good.
I'd love that day.
Yeah?
I'd love to go there.
Well, we should book in and do that as well. Not take Mark.
What's your favourite game?
Board game.
Yeah, have you got
Yeah, I won't say I've got a favourite.
crib? You look like a crib player.
I like crib.
I used to
like
play
playing
that with my
I've
mum and
never
dad
played
back in the day.
I like playing crib.
I won't say I've got a favourite one, but I like
Favourite?
a favourite. I can't even say it.
It smells good.
Good luck with editing this one, Kirk.
Categories, I like that. No, nothing.
It's categories. Yeah, I know that one.
Categories. Yeah, it's
How do you
okay.
play it? Remind me.
I can't remember.
Oh.
I've just, but I
It's 'cause
remember
it's
enjoying it.
It's different categories, isn't it? That you've got to.
Scatter.
I also like Pictionary. I quite like that. No,
All right.
win, lose or draw.
I know what you mean.
Oh, you just blank faces.
Sorry.
And there was another one, but I can't remember. It's in a red box.
Is Pictionary the one where you draw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit like
isn't
win,
it?
lose or draw. It's a
Yeah.
similar thing. But there's another one, but I can't think. Get back to me.
Get back to me.
Yeah.
What's the one called? I think there's numerous variations of this game where you've got to tell your team the name of something, but there's names underneath it that you can't
Categories.
say. Is that category?
No, I don't know. I could be.
I
It
always
could
forget
be.
the name of that game, and I think
Not
there's
Taboo, is it?
Taboo.
Oh,
That's
Taboo.
it. Taboo.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the one.
Clues in the description.
That's the one I like.
Yeah.
Where you've got loads of words you can't
Yeah,
say. And you have
I mean,
to,
there's two sort of different type of. There's board games like that, which are like wordy draw, right? And then there's board games like Monopoly, which are completely different type of
I'm
board
not
games.
a
aren't
big
they?
fan.
of things where you're going to be clever.
No, I'm not a big fan of like playing games that are too. What's the word I'm looking for?
Pretentious.
No, like you. They're a bit hectic, and it's a bit.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Does that give you anxiety?
Everybody's shouting
everyone's
out and
shouting out,
doing
and everyone's
stuff.
trying to, this,
Yeah.
drawing and.
So
don't get me
charades,
wrong,
you don't like charades?
No, I don't. I get that they're fun, and that's absolutely fine, But if I'm playing, I like something that has a bit of strategy, has a bit of
Chess.
concentration and focus.
I think that's why I like Cards Against Humanity.
Well, yes.
My daughter likes that.
Don't you like it?
No.
Oh, yes.
We've got.
Well-
hang on a second.
It's funny you should say that. I'll come back in after Mark, or shall I come in? In fact, I'll
Take your chance.
Yeah, I'll take my chance now. So when I were out with Ethan for this drink, we went into the Brewdog bar.
Yeah.
And they'd got board games in there. And Ethan
Yeah.
said, "Have you ever played this game?
Yeah.
What's it called again?"
Cards Against
Cards
Yeah,
Against
Humanity.
he got them out. I went, "Never seen it." And I showed it, and I was like, my eyes were wide open. I was like, "All right, it looks fun." Anyway,
it's great, lad.
Yeah.
I struggle to play even that one, Kids Against Maturity. Which is
Hey, open that up. Open that up. I have never seen this game.
because it's like a dumbed down version, obviously, for people that are easily offended.
Yeah.
Just perfect for you then, Mark.
Let's have
Perfect
a
for me,
look.
yeah. It's even got a fridge magnet in it.
So for the benefit
Well,
of
it looks like this
of
this
the tape,
episode's
he's
about
got this
board
box
games.
out.
Fancy that.
Have you never opened this, Mark, by the looks of things? What's that mean?
Yes, it has, but it's me that's clearly not put it away. Because
No.
if I'd have put it away,
He's put it away
wouldn't be
properly.
Anything like this.
So we each get some of them cards. don't
Yeah,
we?
and you're like,
Are we actually playing it?
no. Well, I'm going to tell you what my favourite board game is, and then I saw this one when you were talking about what's it called again?
Humanity.
Cards
Yep.
Against Humanity.
Cards Against Humanity. And then I thought,
My problem with Cards Against Humanity is I think it's a bit tame.
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 I know what you mean. However,
Some of the cards
So,
aren't.
the way trust me,
there's-
the way that my brain works
there's
is tame.
updated,
Thank you.
updated versions that they've brought out.
I know, I've seen Disney ones and stuff.
Yeah. So look at what options you've got, Mark.
this is quite silly. This one.
Look at what options you've got.
Yeah, shall
And
I
then
read it?
Mark's no, don't read it out.
Okay.
No. Then Mark's going to read a different card,
Yeah.
Black
and you've
blue
got to
card.
pick which one of those cards
Yeah,
will most
yeah.
suit.
That's right, I
finish
remember
that
it
off,
because
yeah?
I only played it
Go
recently.
on then, Mark. Give us it.
Me?
So
No.
Oh,
the card is Pretty Please with blank on top.
Pretty
So,
please.
Pretty Please with blank
on top.
on top.
right.
Whose idea was it to play this?
Me. just one game. Just one. Pick your best one.
Yeah, I've got one.
Want the best one that fits, or the
Yeah.
one that's the most unusual?
The funniest, really, is
Yeah.
what you're supposed to be
Well,
playing for.
Right, okay, I'll
The most immature.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
well,
then
I-
are you receiving the cards?
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh,
How would you know?
yeah. Put them all on there and shuffle, and I'll have to shuffle them up. Well, on, so I don't know.
Okay.
In fact, Rob, you shuffle them round so that I don't know. Or do I put one in? I had. I like that one. No, I didn't.
People listening are going, "What's happening?" They've no idea. Listeners are going,
Since when
"What?
does
What
that
are
make
these?"
any
I know what
difference?
mine is, don't I? I'm not going to pick it.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
that's a good point. He's going to know which his is.
Yeah.
Anyway, it don't matter.
No, because you're all. We're going to vote.
All right, okay.
The other rules you can play cards
Right,
against
so-
humanity. You vote.
Pretty Please with blank.
Magic nose goblins on top.
Okay, so Pretty Please with
Fart in a space unit on top.
Okay.
Pretty Please with
Nunchucks made of corn cobs on top. Go on.
Oh, he's set Mark off here.
that one. Pretty Please with
My dog's lipstick on top. And I'm going to vote, I think. Okay, hands up. My dog's lipstick.
Oh yeah, we know where you are with that. I think the first one tickled me, but that last one finished
All
me
four
off.
got that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was the one
That's
you
just to
liked?
show where our brains are, if you want me to be honest.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
going to say, is this the kids' version?
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you got some more cards? Let's play another one.
Oh, mate, I've got some more cards.
So who wins that then?
Who was it? Who was it?
Mine with the nunchucks one.
Mine was the magic nose goblins or whatever it was called. Rob don't know.
Mine was the fart in a space.
So yours then, Mark.
Yeah, I know that.
Yes.
I didn't know if I had to declare it. Do I win? What do I win?
Pick your cards
Well,
up.
certainly not
Well-
a chocolate.
Yeah, so
Well, there's nothing to win.
you see those dark coloured cards at bottom? They've got like a sentence or something on them. haven't
Oh,
they?
okay. Right, okay. Let's get near Mike so they can hear me. So pick one out then.
Kirk sat here thinking, I thought this was an easy episode to edit.
Now, our listeners don't know what the episode we're going to be, but we've.
We didn't know what the episode was going to be.
Right, shall I read it out?
Can I
then?
have a couple of cards?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Right, ready?
Yeah.
I love you to the blank and back.
I love you to the blank and back.
Yeah. Do I pick one as well?
You can do, yeah.
Mark's off.
I already know what your levels are at with this next
What
one.
if I've got crap? Well, I've got crap ones. I've
Well,
used.
mine were quite crap, but tough. You can only use what you've got.
So, the question or the statement is, I love you to the blank and back.
Okay, you have
Okay,
to
so
say
then read
two
up until
time.
the blank.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because you're
Yeah.
going to... Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've played this, guys. I'm sorry. Right, you ready? I love you to the...
The dream I had where my dad was Irish river dancing with his shirt off.
I'm back.
Yeah, you're meant to say that, Kirk.
Christ, that's a gobful, isn't it?
That wasn't on my card. He says that.
Oh, right, okay.
And again,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you to the...
Baking brownies.
I'm back.
Oh, that's rubbish.
Yeah.
Oh, you waiting for me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I love you to the...
Awesome sauce.
I'm back. I love you to the...
Dirt button.
I'm back. It has to be the...
There's only one. It's the first one, surely. The dream I had where my dad was Irish river dancing with his shirt off.
I'm back.
That's mine.
Is that yours?
Yeah.
Well done, Rob.
Now, I'll tell you what, one day I'm going to bring the adult version or even with an expansion
It's
pack
here.
version.
That'll have to go out as a...
Have you got it here?
Yeah.
No,
We'll do.
Not in my presence, thank you.
We'll do an episode on it and then put it out as a special.
Yeah, adults only.
It's
adults
rated.
only.
Surely you play it.
She showed it me once, and I was like, I can't play that. And she does
Wow.
it just to make me cringe.
Yeah.
It's not even that bad.
It's bad.
I don't think it is. Like I say, sometimes I'm looking at it, I'm thinking I could think of something better than that.
Yeah, I get. Well, you get when you win, you get a blank card, don't you?
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
write
you can
on.
write on it. Yeah.
My favourite game is that one. Have you played it?
Oh, outsmarted.
I bought it for my sister for Christmas.
Did you?
Yeah, I haven't played it though.
It's fantastic.
Is it?
And I
How'd
think,
you play it? What's roughly...
so it's like Trivial Pursuit.
So shall we just? It's called Outsmarted.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called Outsmarted. So, well, I've had it, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. So I bought it as part of the Kickstarter when they first,
Ah,
were first
okay.
doing it.
Yeah.
And obviously it was quite early in it was in its infancy, if you like. It were a finished product, but the way it's developed over time. So it's like Trivial Pursuit in that there's categories, and you go around, you
right.
pick one of the characters, and each of the characters is like a legendary person, like Einstein and some other people. Abraham Lincoln and the sorts. And but it's interactive. So
Yeah.
what we do is we set the host up onto something connected to the TV.
Yeah.
So the game plays on the
okay.
TV, and when you click on a category and you choose. So let's say you land on music, a video comes up, like a club. There's a bit of an intro, and it's like you're watching a game show, and then everything's interactive with the screen.
And don't use
Then you
your
go
phones.
back.
So you can use your phones as a remote.
That's right. So you can either just use your phone, you can play the board game, you can do both, one
That's
or
clever.
the other. I think it's one of the most ingenious board games that's ever been created.
Wow.
And the thing is, because they've got an online shop for game packs,
Yeah.
you can just keep adding to your, and you can choose what game packs. You can only, I think you pick 6 game packs or categories for each game. So you choose, based on the people that's there. You might say, you pick one, and you pick one. You can put down if you're a child, a teen, or an adult. So it picks you.
I bought it for my sister for Christmas, and she got it.
Rob, you will love
As
it.
soon as I got it and wrapped it, I thought, well, I wish I bought this for me now.
Rob, you would love it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does look really good.
you would love it.
Speaking of interactive games, I tell you what I've got at my house that's in a drawer that's not been opened since I've had it bought for me.
What's
so
that?
Daisy bought me
Nightmare.
the update. You're on the
Not Nightmare,
Exactly.
Atmosphere.
There you go.
Atmosphere.
Atmosphere.
What a game!
What's that?
Don't you need a Betamax player? Or
I know.
something to play?
VHS, well, originally when I had it, we were on VHS.
Well, hang on. What's this? I've never heard of it.
Well,
You've
hold
never-
on. Is that what you were getting to?
Getting to what?
You've got it. You've got it drawer, and you've opened the drawer, and there's an interactive game inside, but you've not said what it is.
Atmosphere.
Atmosphere. He's just
Oh
said
yeah,
it.
but that's what he said, not what you said.
Right? Because he said it. Why would I repeat it?
Well, how did I know that he'd said what you were going to say?
Because he went, yes,
Yeah.
Atmosphere.
I missed that over the. I commented
I
as
missed
well.
you, Rob.
I'm still struggling to know what this game is about. Let alone name of it. What's it about?
Atmosphere was. I originally had it when I was a kid, and like I say, it was on VHS. So the board game came with a VHS. So you put the VHS in and play it, and you play along with the
It was terrifying.
with the character on the screen.
Right.
But it's meant to be obviously very spooky and very so as a kid you were petrified. You play it with the lights off. Or you'd be stood there you'd be sat there on the floor playing the game. And there'd be some spooky music coming out at TV or whatever with a clock ticking because you only have an hour to play it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden this character jump on screen, and you
You'd be like,
And then to make things worse, Scott Lead would come loose it back and TV would go off.
Scotland, yeah.
Honestly.
So were you answering questions? Or what were you just sitting there like pooing your pants?
It's like a board game that you work round. So you throw the dice and the different things you do, or when you land on different.
Did it interact with the TV, or was that just doing its own thing?
That were doing its own thing.
It was a VHS, Mark.
I know.
It couldn't change anything or do it.
But it might say, like, when it comes on, it might say you, and like everyone would jump there. You got the youngest one. Come
that's
here,
right, yes.
Come here, and you're meant to get close to the TV, and they might say you have to go back 3 places, sort of thing.
So it added to the atmosphere, hence why it's called atmosphere.
I distinctly remembered that game exactly that. There you go.
Never heard of it.
He'd pick one of them, the person who's just about to land on this square. Come here, and he'd go closer, and just you'd be literally at the TV, and you go, not that close, and you'd be like, I was so
It
good.
was like Nightmare, wasn't it?
Yeah. I see a problem with that though. You can only really play it once, can't you? Because you know what's coming up in video.
You can't play it too often because tape starts going funny.
Yeah.
You have to start messing around.
Because you know what's going to come up on tape. You're going to go, oh, he's going to shout it.
But I talk about it quite a bit, and Daisy actually bought me the updated version of it. And I've never
is it online now?
Do you know what? I don't know. I literally have not even taken the cellophane off it.
That were a well chosen present then.
We should play it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that it's not on VHS. But yeah, that just reminded me when you said interactive on TV.
That was such a good game. That. What other games? I remember a game, Frustration. You know, the little clicker in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
And when we went camping,
you moved coloured things, didn't you? Little coloured.
Yeah. Around the board.
They were like traffic cones with little bubbles on top.
Yeah, you jumped over a player and you put their player in your thing, didn't you? You got to collect all their. Yeah. And
how did that differ from Ludo?
I don't think I'd ever really played Ludo.
No. Ludo, it was just a bit boring. It's just a high-tech version.
They were just like little tokens, coins.
Yeah.
Like Ludo.
But the point I was making was we played it when we went camping in a tent. And we pissed all the other people off in the tents next to us going beep beep click 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 for hours, and I just remember someone shouting, "Will you shut the up?"
Getting a bit frustrating over here.
Sorry, go on.
No, go on.
Does anybody remember the Game of Life?
Yes.
That was quite
I've
a
got
good
the
one.
Simpsons Game of Life.
They
It's
do
just the same
variants.
game. Just
You've been playing it a lot longer than us, haven't you?
Very clever, yeah.
I played a game.
Mark's nearly completed it.
I played. Oh, good for you, that.
Yeah,
one.
that was good. I didn't know you were the funny one, Mark.
I might edit that out.
Mark, can you just say this in Rob's voice?
I played a game the other night, which was the board game version of The Traitors. That was really
Mum
good.
got that.
Yeah,
Is it good?
Yeah, really good.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've not really got into the TV series, so
I love it.
I wouldn't
It
even
is
know
good.
how
It's
to
good.
play
It's
it.
good. Don't say anything. I'm only on episode 2. But how does the board game? I mean, how does it work on a board game? Because
Well, literally, you've got obviously individual players, and you have some cards where you've got faithful and traitors,
right.
And you shuffle them. And then they're dealt out, and then you look
So
at
you could be-
look at
you
it so
could
you
be
can
the-
see whether you're a faithful or a
okay.
traitor, if you like. And then they come with these little blindfolds, and you put these blindfolds on, and the traitor then gets a chance to look at their secret mission. So, like, if you're the traitor, you've got on your card, you've got secret missions that match the mission.
So somebody puts you all put blindfolds on.
Okay, yes. So, sorry, I've done a really bad job of explaining this.
Yeah, I'm thinking, how's he looking at his cards? He doesn't put his blindfold on, but how do we know which one?
Let me rewind a little bit. The game has 6 missions, mission packs. So like mission 1 to 6, and in each mission there are 3 tasks or 4 tasks to complete as a team to earn gold.
Okay.
To earn a prize fund. Okay.
Yeah.
When you get given your trait, whether you're a traitor or a faithful, on the traitor's card is also some secret missions that go alongside that mission. Yeah, so they're all matched. They all match.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody puts the blindfold on.
Yeah.
For a period of time, 20 seconds, 30 seconds or whatever, and make a bit of a noise. You're meant to make a bit of a noise. The person who's the traitor then takes their blindfold off to look at what their secret mission is for the next task. Put the blindfold back on, everybody stops, everyone takes the blindfold off, nobody knows who's read the card.
Okay. Can't you hear somebody take the blindfold off
That's
and
what I
put
was
the card
No,
on?
you literally just lift your blindfold off your face. But hence why you're also so like we were all sat around the table going la 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 la.
Yeah.
To distract you. Yeah. So
okay.
okay.
And then you perform the task, So one of the tasks was we all had to stand in a line and somebody had to draw something on the back of somebody, then pass it down to the front. And if the person at the front gets it right, then you won the gold because you were still working as a team.
Yeah.
But like, for instance, I was the traitor and my secret mission within that was to pretend that it was tickling on my back when I was being drawn on my back. So therefore, when someone was drawing on my back, I was obviously pretending it was tickling it. I didn't have to pretend because I do get ticklish on my back. But then if you're not found out, obviously, because someone's always trying to find out whether you're the traitor or not, you then put the blindfolds back on later on, and whoever the traitor is gets to pick who they murder, and then they lose money out of their gold fund.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Does the game play better than you've described it?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, well, that's good. I might buy it then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It is a good game.
I think that sounds good.
It is a good game.
I do like the sound of that.
Yeah, I do.
It's a
If
little bit of a mixture,
yeah.
you see, of strategy, but also doing stuff. So, like, we had to build a tower of items, and they had to go from narrowest to widest and stuff like that. You've only got like 30 seconds to do it. So you're hunting around the house to try and find stuff
that's
to
good,
try and
that.
stack up and stuff.
We got.
Perhaps we should all play it together, shouldn't we?
I played a game this Christmas that I'm pretty confident my sister bought it me, but 5 years ago, never even took it out of the wrapper. So similar to your game that you kept, and it's called
Outnumbered.
No,
And you wrapped it back up and you sent it back to her for this Christmas.
Because you meant outsmarted.
Oh, outsmarted. Yeah, outnumbered. Outnumbers a TV comedy show, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
the one I'm talking about is called No, and it's a Google game board basically. Made by Ravensburger, so it's not made by Google. Hence the fact that we've had it that long that when I came to do it, Google have restricted the
Right.
ability to play games on their devices. I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah. So, but now they've released their own app for it that you have to use. So basically, it's a board game where you just go around the board game and you have different topics that you have to pick. So there's things like guesswork, top hits, phrase finder, know it all, tripped up, sound by sound, which is basically sound by sound, the same as ours. What the bloody hell is that? Up to 3 and whatever. But all the questions are pretty much live now questions. Things like, how long would it take you to get from where you are to New York if you were walking?
All right.
And so there's no answer. There is, but it depends where you are.
Yeah.
So you have to ask Google for the answer.
Right.
So all the questions you get by asking Google for the answer. So they're all live questions. It was really good. You know, like there's all sorts of different things. I'm not bore you with it, but yeah, it was such a good game that I'd had for 4 years. I'm like, I can't believe I've never played this.
What I play quite a bit are escape rooms, but like board game versions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I love escape rooms anyway. I know I've said it on podcasts before that
But we
we
keep
all need
saying
to
we're
go
gonna
and
do one.
go and do an escape room. But the board game, if you like, of them are absolutely brilliant. There's a brand called Exit. That's the brand,
Right.
and they've released different ones.
Yeah.
And they're absolutely brilliant.
They've got signs everywhere, green illuminated signs. Yeah. A white man running out of a door.
But I find them really, really intriguing. So again, it comes with an app and the timer on, and it gives a bit of background noise while you're doing it. And the idea is obviously, but like they're so clever.
Yeah.
They're so clever. So like, for instance, you sat there trying to work something out, and then it's because you've had to like rip the lid apart and like rip on the underside of the lid to see where, you know, match something up, or you know, you've really got to think, you know,
I think there's a
outside the
franchise
box.
called Unlock, isn't there, as well? It's not
I
necessarily a
don't know.
game manufacturer. It's just a series of games called Unlock. They're very similar.
I think these exit games, I think there's about 8. And I think I've done them all.
Have any of you seen that in Sheffield? Seb's wife Laura mentioned it the other day. They've done a place where you can go and you can actually play TV game shows.
Yes. Rachel was telling me about that at Christmas.
Yeah.
It's
called Game Show All Stars or something.
All Stars, that's it. Yeah, it's all set
this
up
in
inside.
Sheffield?
Like, you like go and play catchphrase and stuff like that.
Really? With like full TV sets?
must
and
be,
things?
It's like sets of a TV, and you
And
go in.
whereabouts
that
is
must
it?
be a rate laugh, that.
Whereabouts is this, so I know, so I can go.
In Sheffield.
I knew you can say that. Any idea what?
It's not near a train station. Yeah, you will miss your train.
Oh, good. Right, and what? So we got catchphrase.
I don't know what else there should be.
I don't think I don't think the games are actually ones that you've necessarily seen on TV, have they? Some of them might. Oh no, because I think she said they were countdown.
That's
so
on
there must have
TV.
been. Yeah, they must be.
So do you go and play with
Do you
friends
often pay
then?
attention when you're having conversations with people, Rob?
So do you sit and play with your friends then?
Yeah, they have hosts and stuff. It's like you're not just in there on your own. There's a host that presents it,
obviously
and you
you're
have
paying
the
your
buzzers.
booking.
Yeah, you stand behind your podium and they do the buzzers.
okay.
And yeah,
It's a good idea.
yeah.
Sounds a good idea.
It's a good idea.
I'll tell you something else that I got a bit, which game like and thingy. It's what do you call it?
I don't you tell us.
Fennel.
His brain were working quicker than
yeah.
he.
Oh my god, yeah, it was. What do you call something where you?
Is this a joke?
No, it's not a joke. Where you go out and find clues to find your next clue. A treasure hunt.
Treasure hunt,
Like
yeah.
a treasure hunt, but it's live in Sheffield.
Oh, yeah. They do.
And so it come in a pack, and you
like-
open it up, and you start the start of the book, and it goes through, and you literally there's clues hidden in and around Sheffield using street signs and.
So is
road
somebody
names.
hosting this, or you just
No, it's on a book. You buy it. You
Right.
get the book, and then you literally go through the book at the start point. So you
Like-
walk to the start point,
Okay, you get to the start point, and then what?
and then it'll give you a clue to where the next place is that you've got to find, and you've got to work out.
So you're
where
just
it
finding
is.
places in Sheffield, like go to the train station.
Well, we don't
to-
say good at trains.
Did you used to be a copper?
me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
I'm inquisitive.
It might sound like a place that gets you from A to B, but not using public roads. And you think, train station. So you might go to train station, but it'll give you a
there's-
location
yeah.
where you've got
Where
to
do
try
you
and
not
find.
want to go with
which
Mark?
and then
The only Doncaster though, a train station. That's where I end up. But when you get to these places, like on Treasure Hunt, what's her face, Annika Rice. There's not envelopes stuck behind.
no.
No.
So
That's what I was trying
you
to.
get to the location and it'll
There'll be
and
nothing
it'll
happening
say,
there.
and then it might say underneath that you're looking for something, and it might give you the start of it, and it might be a bloody street name or something on the title of the thing that finishes the clue, and you go, it's
okay.
that, and that leads you to the next thing.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet, so I can't really give you much
No,
detail
I don't
because
think
I
I'll be
haven't
doing
even
it. It
looked
doesn't
at it.
sound that exciting.
I think they do. I'm sure they do like crime scene things, don't they? Set in cities.
Well-
they're actually hosted by people.
Well, I looked into one of these ones for work as like a team building thing, and they look absolutely incredible.
Well,
but
York would be good,
they're
surely.
so expensive.
are they?
Really?
So, yeah, because they're done properly. So like
You've got actors with them.
So so
is
like
that-
the ones I was looking into. So there might be like joiner ones that you can go for cheaper, but the ones I was looking into for like a team building event, they came to you. And like if you've got like a function room or whatever, they'd set it all up as a crime scene or whatever, and then you as your team of people work out the crime and do your fingerprints and your stuff like that. It looks absolutely brilliant. But I think when I was looking into it, I think it was £2,000 for a day.
Wow.
Or something like that. So, like I say, I don't know whether there's others where you can join on as like a public.
Yeah,
one or
I'm
whatever,
sure
but-
there were ones in like I say in Sheffield and in cities where they host them and you book to go a lot of time slot, and you must just be like each person would end up visiting each part of the puzzle, if you like, at different times. So they probably would be a bit cheaper than a couple of grand, I would have thought. But
Yeah. The do any of you like Risk? The board game Risk.
I've only played this a long time ago with my dad, and I've really struggled to understand it because my dad is not the best at explaining instructions of games, and so I didn't really get it. But I saw the potential of how good it could be if the person that told me how to play
Is it
knew
a
what he
bit,
was
is it a
talking
bit
about.
like Dungeons and Dragons typey, but more of a political war advancement game type thing?
I get why you would say it. I mean, the answer to that is no. Dungeons and Dragons is something completely different because that's role playing.
Yeah, I
and
didn't
I
know if
would
they were like-
love to play Dungeons and Dragons.
I would.
Okay.
I'd love it.
With someone that knew how to play it
yeah,
properly.
absolutely, and people that are all the right frame of mind as well to play it properly.
we should play it, and I'll read the instructions. Rob.
You could just make the team, Mark, for us.
But Risk is, you are right. It's more of a military advancement.
Yeah.
to-
I've not played it, but I
it's
thought it was like that. Sorry.
It's a dice rolling game, so it's all to do dice rolling. So, but I love it. I've got 3 different versions of it.
I can't say I've
Have
played
you?
it.
I only know of the original.
Hold on, sorry, you've never heard of Risk?
No, I don't think I've ever played it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's right.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've just never played it.
I'm not playing it with Mark. Because it can go on a while. It can labour on one battle for maybe 15-20 minutes or whatever.
yeah.
So I don't think it's your I don't think it's your cup of tea at all, Mark.
No, I'm not sure it'd be mine. So how does it play out? I mean,
Well, you've got
you're rolling dice, but then what happens?
yeah. So you've got a map,
Yeah.
And there's all
Is it
different
countries or
There's all
something?
different types of maps. So the original, yes, is countries. But I've got, like, for instance, the Game of Thrones version. So it's got all the different places in Game of Thrones and stuff like that. And you have a basic army at first, and you put them armies on territories. You've got territories to own, and at the end of each round, the points that you get depend on what territories you own. And you might have to battle for another piece of territory, and that's done through dice rolls.
Yeah.
And then, depending on how many troops you want to sacrifice, depends on how many dice you've got to roll. So it could be 1, 2, or 3, which obviously gives you more chance of winning the more you sacrifice. And then if you basically defeat the other person, you take over that territory, which means at the end of that round you get more points.
That's why you like it, because it's almost a little bit of gambling.
It's a bit of gambling. It's a bit of strategy.
Yeah.
It's very much so where to try, and then you get a few more troops, and then you build So yeah, I love it. I mean, it's a very old game.
I would like that.
Very old game.
I would like that. You can't beat the old games as well, like Screwball Scramble and
Screwball Scramble.
Mouse Hunt.
A what?
Mouse Hunt.
Mouse
Trap. Sorry,
Mouse
Trap.
You know what?
Operation.
I had Mousetrap, right? And I used to love playing it.
Kaplunk.
But
Sorry, I had to say it.
It was a pain. It was a pain in the ass setting up.
Yeah.
Mousetrap.
It was.
You always had to balance of, is it worth it?
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Is it worth it?
Buckaroo.
Yeah.
Trying to set us
Buckaroo,
up, we had it going off.
Yeah.
Time at the bar, please.
I have got another question, and I'm going to ask it you over the last couple of weeks, to be honest. Over Christmas and New Year, were there out you saw on TV that you'd not seen before? Or a film or out? Is there out that you've...
Yeah, the new Wallace and Gromit film,
Was that any good?
which was absolutely brilliant.
Was it?
Right.
I'm not a big fan of. I've never really been overly into them, but I have seen them in the past. Number 1, number 2, and I think number 3. I've probably seen bits of it, but I actually sat and watched this one, and I actually thought it was brilliant.
Clever, innit, how they do it.
It was really good because they've really brought it up to date. They've modernised it and made it relevant to the time.
Yeah.
Really good.
No, I haven't, mate. All I've been watching is darts.
Well,
This Christmas.
the things that I wanted to bring up were there were loads of people talking about a film called Carry On with Taron Egerton.
I want to watch that.
Getting hyped as the new Die Hard and this, that, and the other. I thought it were absolutely dogger.
But is it not? This is on Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I would think it, when you said that question, and I was thinking like terrestrial TV and what was on over Christmas.
on old analog TV, tuning it in on Channel 3.
To be fair, do any of you still get a TV Times or
No.
not the one with us on, but a different one?
Yeah.
I still do. And I literally I don't even look at the guide on the TV. I just look at the book instead because I find that better to look at.
That was on my list to watch. I was quite excited because, like you say, it was quite hyped. I think I struggle to say his name.
Taron Egerton.
Taron Egerton. I always say Tarragon or something like that. I like him. I think he's a great actor. I think he's done some great films before.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of people have hung their hat on because he's done some really good films, hasn't he?
And I must admit, when you messaged saying it were rubbish,
yeah,
I haven't watched it yet. But basically,
to be
because
fair,
of that,
I've seen online some people saying, "Oh yeah, I really enjoyed it," and blah blah. The new Die Hard, and it was Die Hard in an airport, and this, that, and the other, and I were like, no, they had so many holes in it.
yeah.
And don't get me wrong, films are, like that are going to be far-fetched. There's going to be stuff that you have to have some poetic license, and you have to take your brain out to watch elements. But there were bits you were like, I don't know, it was just a bit too naff.
Okay.
If you know what I meant in places. Jason Bateman played a fantastic baddie. I've never seen him play a serious character before. I've only ever seen him in comedies. But I really bought into his character. I thought he was brilliant. But yeah, I thought it were pants.
Based off the back of what you just said. Sorry.
No,
Mark.
go on. Yeah, you go first, Rob.
Do any of you boys actually enjoy watching any of the old silver screen?
Silver screen.
Like your black and white.
Oh,
films,
you mean
your
the
old
classic,
Hollywood,
like Gone with the Wind and stuff like that? You mean?
not necessarily just a musical, but just old.
Okay.
Interesting. Yes, I do. Interestingly, I'd said over last year, I said I'm going to try and watch
A Wonderful Life.
A Wonderful Life,
Yeah.
and it were on telly,
It
and I was
was on
like,
over
I'm
Christmas,
going to
yeah.
watch this, and I started watching it, and I've been watching it for about an hour and a half, and I was like,
What's all the fuss about? Is that what you're going to say?
no, well, just like I'm thinking when, and then I clicked on it to see how long we're left, and there were about an hour and a half left of it, and I was like, I ain't got time to watch it. I didn't realise it was nearly 3 hours long.
Well, yeah. What's that film? Another one? Cleopatra or no, not that.
Ben-Hur?
No.
Ten Commandments?
Ben-He?
No. No. But something around that. It was on New Year's Day, and it's 4.5 hours long. You think
It must have been Ben Hur. That's
it
long.
were
for-
a right film? Oh, chuffing
Are you
hell.
sure you just didn't miss that bit in corner when it said "Watch next episode"?
No, but like the silver screen and stuff, they seem to be playing more of that now on TV because it doesn't seem to be as readily available on Netflix.
On
and stuff.
demand, that's the thing.
Yeah. So you actually because I can't watch this on them, and you just sat watching it and going, this is amazing. This is actually amazing. Like the quality now, because obviously a lot of the films they've reprinted them haven't they, from the negative, and you're like,
They've sort of brushed
this
them
is
up,
like
haven't they?
4K quality. This is just unreal.
Yeah.
And the filmmaking that went into it. I'm talking specifically like an American in Paris, Gene Kelly doing big dance routines, and I'm just like, this is entertainment. This is really good.
The only films that stick in my mind like that are from ones that I used to watch with my dad. So the fact of like A Bridge Too Far, A Bridge Over the River Kwai, Guns of Navarone, and stuff like that. They're films that I've watched several times and really enjoyed, but obviously way before I was born.
When you were a kid, did you ever get scared of Jason and the Argonauts? I used to watch that.
Yeah, they were good films.
I used to watch that. Because there were like very few films that came on at Christmas, weren't there? And they'd be like the same half a dozen.
Jason the Golden Fleece.
Yeah.
I've genuinely never seen any
They
of
were
them.
really dark.
I mean, talking about old films, I saw. I didn't watch it, but it was on TV. With The Wizard of Oz, the original film.
Yeah.
Now that's an old film. What is it, 1924, something like that? It's an old film, and the quality of it's like, I mean, it's amazing. And then, bizarrely, I'm bearing in mind it's an old film, but it's like 4K quality. And then when you watch news, like somebody's robbed somebody's house and they've got a CCTV picture and it's a grainy image, and you're going, well, this is from somebody's CCTV camera and it's a grainy old image. And I'm watching Wizard of Oz from 100 years ago. And you're like, have we gone back in time? What's going off here?
Yeah.
But while we're talking about games, has anybody seen or been watching Beast games on Prime? Mr. Beast.
Okay. So don't spoil it for me because
No,
I'm
I'm not
really
spoil it.
looking forward to watching it because I really like Mr. Beast.
I didn't know it had even come out.
I think what he's done and what he's done for the way that he's commercialised what he's done, I think is genius.
It is amazing.
And
go on.
I went to watch it. The reason why I'm saying that because I just
won't
don't want to
give anything
spoil
away.
it because I realised that it was they're just putting it on weekly.
Yeah.
So and I can't stand that. So I'd rather sit and wait till all the episodes are on and then just sit and binge watch it.
Well, I wasn't going to give any away, but thank you. But I mean, obviously, you all know Mr. Beast. You know Mr. Beast now, don't you, Mark? You've heard of him, haven't you?
Yeah, well, you guys had talked about him, and the first time the other day, I'd seen a picture of him. He's getting married, I think, or something.
He's just got engaged, yeah.
Oh, getting engaged, yeah. Well, yeah, so it's the same thing. And I didn't realise how young he were.
Oh, yeah.
When I saw a picture, I was like, Christ, Mr. Beast sounds like, I don't know. I mean,
What
is it? He's like 25, isn't he?
I think he's a bit older than that. I don't know.
I know he's not an awful lot older than that. I don't think he's 30 yet.
No, I don't think he's 30. Jim Donaldson is his name, isn't it? That's his real name.
Right, okay.
It's on Prime, so it's not a YouTube thing. And it was my son that said, "Oh, have you seen this?" I'd sort of heard about it, and he wants to show it me. So I said, "Okay," because it dropped 3 episodes, and then it's gone to weekly.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I'll put it on because I'd seen some of his other stuff because he did Squid Game type thing.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
It is good. But I watched this one again. I'm not giving anything away, but it's like it's really, really, really good because obviously the prize is $5 million.
Yeah.
A 1.8 million private island, a boat, and something else. What he's giving away.
Yeah.
And but what's really good about it, and because Ethan's in this TikTok world of everything's fast. So there's no messing about. There's not like this is what's coming up after break, and then they're not recapping. It's just bang, 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 and it's edited really well. You'd appreciate it.
I remember hearing about listening to a podcast that talked about him getting the deal with Amazon, and that basically his condition was, I want an unlimited budget.
Well, they reckon they've given him $700 million.
Yeah, well, this week he completely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, I don't want to get. I really want to talk about it because it's amazing. But we
need to go and play Atmosphere on Prime.
But the first episode of it's really brutal. I mean, you look at quiz shows in our country, which are fine, but this is nothing. It's completely different.
I'm going home tonight and
honestly,
watching this.
Listen.
I'm not waiting for it all to come out.
You'll be honestly. I
ain't got time to do that anyway.
I would.
It's amazing.
I would sincerely say that before you jump into something like that, watch his Squid Game series first.
Is it his Squid Games?
Yes.
on what's it on?
No, so it was
On his YouTube channel.
On his YouTube channel.
Oh, I think I've seen it.
All right, okay.
Yeah, I think it meant on Amazon.
Obviously he's taken from the show,
Yeah.
so it's not his idea. I get that, but the budget that he's thrown at it is just. He's just brilliant. I think the guy is brilliant. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah, he is brilliant. I mean, to be fair, this Beast Games, it's very Squiddy Gamey type. It's very similar, and you can see where he's got the elements on. But it's just so clever, and there's so many twists in it. And you're like, I didn't see that coming. And watch it. And
we'll do.
I think if you guys watch it, then we can all talk about it maybe in an episode coming up.
Definitely. Well, just to caveat that we were talking about, obviously, carry on being rubbish. If you get a chance to watch Black Doves, that's good.
Oh, what's that?
My other half has said this. My other half watched that, and she thinks I'd really like it.
Yeah, it got so far in, and I was thinking it's going a little bit all over. There were a lot playing out in it, and I was like thinking, but we had left it a while between a couple of episodes, and that didn't help. But the way it rounded off at the end, and I was like, that's clever.
Is this a drama or film, Mark?
A drama.
Okay.
6 episodes, Netflix.
English, American, or
English.
Okay.
Sarah Lancashire plays like one of the lead characters,
right,
and Keira
okay,
Knightley's in it.
Yeah.
Really good.
Has anyone watched any of the darts this over Christmas?
I watched that young boy win.
That's something different, that, Rob.
Oh, right. Yeah, I watched a young lad, and I think he won.
Luke Littler.
Yeah, he won championships, didn't he, or something?
Yeah. Well, I think it's been a great. I don't.
He used to be even littler.
Yeah.
I don't watch darts religiously, but I do like to watch the World Championships every year, and the fact that it's on over Christmas and stuff, and what a talent he is. But I did have a question about darts in general. The more I watched it, the more this question played on my mind.
Yeah.
And
I know where you're going with this, I think.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think so.
Well,
I do.
Are you asking us then? Or you just
I suppose there isn't an actual answer. It's just something that once it got into my head, I was very
can't
much
let go
like,
of it.
I was very much like, hang on.
Try us.
Most sports.
It is the same question.
Is it?
Okay.
Yeah. Is it about the number of things you have to win?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We've got 2 questions.
We've got 2 questions.
I'm going to say me and Rob are looking at each other. We don't know what's happening.
I suppose mine's a bit more, like I said, irrelevant, I suppose, because it makes it out as
I'm dying to
saying
know
that
what this is.
darts
Come
people
on.
are rubbish, but they're not. A lot of sports, obviously, you play them, and it involves either other people. Yeah, so
Team sports,
sports
yeah.
or
Football,
whatever,
yeah.
or it can be the environment that you're in. Things can affect the way you play. So like golf, for instance, you're on your own, but yet you've got wind, you've got rain, this and other.
Yep.
Whereas darts is the same size board with the same tools and the same length of the hockey. So you're the same distance away from it.
As in same all the time, yeah.
So everything's the same about it. These people are obviously highly gifted sports people, okay? But why, after all these years, if everything's the same, and a lot of darts is down to muscle memory and stuff like that, why are they not just hitting the treble 20 every single time? Because there's nothing else affecting it.
Yeah, it's not spinning.
There's nothing else affecting it. There's not as if they're throwing it and all of a sudden a gust of wind is coming by, or somebody else is waving their hands in front of it and you're trying to get past them or whatever. It's the same length, same distance. I suppose a scientist would go, well, yeah, if you throw it exactly like that every time, it's going to go there.
Well, you could say that about snooker.
Well, no, because you're playing somebody else.
They're moving the balls around.
Them.
Yeah, it's like moving the number.
No, if you're breaking off, the first break, every time you break off, your cue ball should land in exactly the same spot.
If you wanted it to.
Yeah, if you wanted it to.
But they don't.
But they could change the position. Darts, the last guy's darts doesn't matter. Where they land doesn't change it.
I understand that. What I'm saying is, if you're the person who's breaking off in snooker and you've played it all these years, nothing affects the way that you break off.
No.
But you break off differently from time to time.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get it right up against the ball cushion, or you get it tight up behind the green or the brown or whatever, just to make it more difficult. But sometimes they'll do a break off and the ball won't come far enough back, and you're like, well, that was a rubbish break. So I think it's the same thing. It's the human element.
I don't think so.
That argument would be more like saying it'd be like the opposite person playing you in darts. On a wall, you'd have 5 darts with different weights of darts, and the other person picks your next dart. I do get where Mark's coming from. The fact that a break off, the table's the same, the cue ball's the same,
just you that's
and stuff
playing.
like that, and it's just you that's playing. I get that, but the difference is for me is the fact that so a snooker player might choose to play it differently
Yeah.
for starters, but depending on who they're playing against.
Yeah.
But for two, that's one shot of many
Yeah.
shots.
That's-
So, like for
yeah.
instance, they might only break off 14 times throughout an entire match, maybe even 7. Whereas we're talking about the same action time and time again. Always.
So what you're saying is these darts players aren't good enough.
Well, that's what I said. The question makes it seem like darts players are rubbish, and I'm far from
No,
it.
but
I think they're
what you're
incredible.
saying is nothing that the other person does has any
Yeah, it doesn't- it doesn't have any bearing.
And that's why I think in darts generally, the camaraderie between the players is really positive. They hug each other
Yeah, they do,
after a leg
yeah.
or a set, whatever.
9 times out of 10.
because they're
Well,
not
I
doing
would.
anything to scupper each
half
other.
of them are hammered bit time they're finished, aren't they?
No, they drink water, but they're effectively
Not
only
ones I
playing
see
against.
playing, they don't.
They're only effectively playing against themselves,
Yes,
aren't they?
yeah.
I mean, it's funny that question you've just said. That's sort of something I would normally
Yes, it
say.
is.
That's not something I would normally
Yeah,
say.
yes,
And go,
it
I
is.
don't get this. Why? But it's right. It's a good question.
So let me ask my question then.
Go on then.
Yeah, go.
Why in darts, and it's the only sport I've come across where when it's the scoring, it's the first to, whereas in snooker or tennis, it's the best of.
Yeah,
It's the same
yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
The result's the same. It's the best of, or it's the first. The number's the same. But why do they call it? When really they all should be first to? Because if somebody says, "Oh yeah, snooker world final, it's the best of 35," first thing you got to do, bit of maths. Oh yeah, what's more than? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so you'll know
Yeah.
that it's
Yeah.
But
Yeah, fair comment.
yeah,
The biggest skill
like,
Oh, do we need to
in
write to
darts,
about
in
that?
darts, it was the first to 7 to win.
Yeah.
Whereas if that was in
Snooker.
snooker, it'd be best of 13.
Yeah.
The biggest
that's
skill
right.
of snooker. The biggest skill of darts is not being able to throw the dart into the board. It's working out the bastard maths.
I don't know.
When you get back to the...
I don't know how they do it so
and
quick.
It's just...
Yeah.
I'm watching him and I go,
Yeah.
is he going to work out what he now needs to
I know.
get?
Does he
I'm
not
like,
tell
how's
them
he
on the
working
board?
that out?
No.
Does it not tell them
It
on
tells
the
them
board?
what's left.
Yeah.
Oh.
It tells them what's left, so that's fine. But the thing is,
They've got to work out their next series of darts to make sure that they're in a good position
Ah,
for the
yeah.
next series of darts.
But, yeah, absolutely. But for me, it's that fact that they throw a dart and it lands in not in where they wanted
Yeah,
it to
they've
be.
got to
And they
recalculate
adjust.
it.
And they literally
And
throw
when
the
they-
next dart straight away and you go,
Yeah,
how did you work that maths out?
I know some of it is patterns. I get that.
Yeah,
That when
yeah.
they've played it for so long, they know that if there's 63 left, they do, and then if there's 50 left, they know it's bull. Or I know it's patterns. But I did actually have that same thought process the other day.
Yeah.
Same as I also had a thought of the display on the TV, what shows you the scores and stuff like that. How does that do it so quick?
Yeah.
I imagine that's a person.
Well, I
Well, yeah,
don't
but
think it is.
But they've got.
Right.
I don't think
do you
it is.
think it's digitally on the
I
board?
think it must be digitally in the
In your
board,
board, a sensor.
because literally, I get what you're saying, Robin. At first, I thought, it'd be someone sat in a studio somewhere just pressing the buttons.
Yeah.
But how quick it happens, nobody can press the buttons that quick.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, if they pressed it and it's not, they go, oh no, it's not in 1, it's in 20.
Yeah.
They might get it wrong, but it's
I
so it
come to the
must be.
conclusion that I reckon it must be something in the board
Sensors.
that's censoring what the score is, so it instantly
Yeah,
takes
it is
off the
quick
score.
though, isn't it?
Maybe.
A question then. So, did he win it quite easily, this Luke?
Yes, he
Yeah,
did. In the
he
end,
did really.
I mean, listen, the guy's incredible. He is incredible.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything since Phil Taylor.
Eric Bristow.
And the fact that he's 17, and the fact that this year, I mean, he was finalist of the World Championships last year when he was
Yeah.
16, and he were unranked, weren't he? With his debut, which was practically unheard of for him to get to the final. But then this year, he's won the Premier League. He's won the
Well, he
Grand
plays
Slam.
football.
He's won the Series Masters or whatever it is, and then to finish it off, and literally he was playing what could arguably be classed as one of the greatest players, Michael van Gerwen, in the final, and he beat him 7-3. At one point, he was 4-0 up. He just
And he's been a bullseye.
Yeah, I saw him on Bullseye. 3 darts, treble 20,
Yeah,
boom,
treble
boom,
20.
boom,
Boom, boom, boom.
And he was like,
I tell
no
you
sweaty.
What gets me, I feel sorry for all the kids around him. Well, not the kids, the parents around Luke Littler's dad. They've been taking the kids to football, stood out in all weathers to watch them play five-a-side and whatever football to whatever poorer standard. Never been, wet, rainy, cold. Never comes to anything. His dad gets to take him down to a pub for 10 years. And he ends up with being a millionaire.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just for being in pub, playing darts.
So Mark, can I just ask about this Luke? So this is his first title, he's won, isn't it?
First world title.
First world title. And the other guy, what's his name? Phil Power Taylor or something? How many times has he won it?
14.
14. Continuous or
No. There were quite a few continuous, but I don't know what that number is.
But he's won it
off the top of
14
my head.
times. So do you think this Luke then? I know he's young, but does he need to win it more times than him to be better than him? Do you think? I mean,
I would say that's probably the obvious measure. I mean, you could measure it on how many major titles and how much. A lot of measures are done how much prize money you win. Is pretty much.
Right,
but obviously times are different now to then.
Yeah.
But I think that's how it would be measured. Yeah, a little bit like Formula One. That people say that Lewis Hamilton is the greatest of all time, but that won't be stamped in history properly until he's got one more title, because then he'll have been the person that's won the title the most. And I think that'll be the same with darts.
Okay.
And you'll always have the people arguing, won't you, that the technology's different then.
Yeah,
to then
you're
now.
always going to get
darts
that.
probably not so much.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Speaking of games, shall we play ours?
You've been waiting to do that. Rob and his tedious links.
Here we go. Oh, it's spinning. What's it going to be? Oh, I'm just so excited. Come on. He's nearly there. The Wheel of Features.
So last week then we did AI Jukebox Jam. So I'll give it you again so you know. So the song expresses heartfelt love and gratitude through a simple, sincere gift. A song. I think you thought you knew what it was.
I put it this way: if it's not what I think it is, then you're wrong.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it Saving Private Ryan?
It's a song, but yeah.
I know.
What did you second then, Kirk?
Well, I'm waiting because I know I'm right.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone thinks.
I know.
What do you think it is, Mark?
I have no idea. I'm rubbish at this.
You honestly, you can't get that.
Is this a song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably the easiest one he's ever done.
What do you know? Do you know what it is, Mark?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I think everyone does.
Apart from
I
Mark.
don't know.
Read him again.
The song expresses heartfelt love and gratitude through a simple, sincere gift. A song.
And you can tell everybody this is your song.
Elton John.
It may be quite simple, but
I'll say Elton John.
Well done, Kurt. You were right. Did you get that, Mark?
Yeah, of course
well
I
done.
did.
See, I'm not very good at this cryptic clue thing.
No, obviously.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Right, shall we spin the wheel?
Spin it.
Spin it, yeah.
Here we go. What's it gonna be?
What is it?
It's yours, Kurt.
Which one?
Plot puzzle.
Hey!
5 words. 1 answer.
Ghostbusters, what do you want?
You can't handle the truth. I'll be back. Plot puzzle.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
So obviously, I've asked AI to describe a film in 5 words. And it is 5 words. We're back
You've
to
gone back
5.
to you.
We're going back to 5 words.
You've gone back to the proper
yes.
rules.
So the words are whispers, shadows, secrets, seeing, beyond. So that's whispers, shadows, secrets, seeing, beyond.
What was that second word from last?
Seeing.
Seeing.
Yeah, I think I know.
Seeing.
Seeing, as in with your
Seeing,
eyes.
yes.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Whispers,
Yeah.
shadows,
Yes.
secrets,
Yeah.
seeing, beyond.
Beyond.
So they're the 5 words.
I've got
describing
one.
a film.
I think I know what it is.
Yeah, I've got one in my head, but I'm conscious to. I'm thinking about some more. But anyway, I'll save that for next week.
We will save it for next week. Just before we go, guys, because I'll be shot if I don't. I need to give a shout out to 2 people at work.
Okay.
Because they keep going on and on and on about them. They've listened to the podcast. They think it's great. Thank you very much.
Are they paying us any money for this show?
They're not paying us any money for the shout out. But a big shout out to Jess and Lauren at work. Thanks for listening, as with everyone. But I promised them a shout out. So
Thanks
there
for
you go.
listening.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, interestingly, and
here we go.
I feel really guilty because I was going to do a shout out earlier, and
Are
I
they
forgot.
paid? Are they paid?
No, they've not even asked for a shout out.
Oh, right, okay.
No.
Okay.
But they keep dropping the odd message
why not then?
on our
Why not?
socials and letting us know they're listening. It's a kid I used to go to school with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, called
What?
Simon Fitzgerald, or Fitzy, as I used to call him.
Fitzy, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for listening, Simon. Really appreciate it. And I know you didn't ask for a shout out, but you're getting one anyway.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Well, on that note,
Have you got any on that before you go? Have you got anybody to give
no, I
shout
haven't. On that note, see you next week.
See you next week, mate.
See you later.
Thank you for your continued support with our independent podcast. Did you know that you can interact with us and other listeners on Facebook, on the Chat In Tap Room Facebook group? You can also get in touch via email, innthechat@gmail.com, and of course on any of our socials. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.